everyone, this is Sally with the Polka Dot Life. I am so glad that you stopped by my channel today. If you are new, welcome. I hope that you decide to stick around. If you would like to hit that subscribe button, I would certainly appreciate it. And if you don't currently have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to earn your business. Today we are going to be talking about the Tasteful Touches stamp set and the Tasteful Label dies. You know I love the die set. That is my go-to sentiment label of choice. But the stamp set also brings a lot to the table. It's kind of understated, but that's what I think I love most about today's cards. If you requested one of the new annual catalogs from me before March 30th, your catalog should have arrived by now or in the next few days. If you requested one with me after that time, my shipment of catalogs has just arrived and I will be getting those out very quickly. Let's get started on today's project. I wanted to do a little bit of a sort of a monochromatic, but I kind of wanted to do really like a vintagey kind of card. I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a monochromatic card, which mine really truly aren't totally monochromatic, but I just wanted a simple look. I wanted a little bit of a vintage look. And I just loved this stamp set and thought that's kind of what it lent itself to. I did use a few of the label dies on my cards today, but that doesn't surprise you because like I've said, that's my favorite label die set. Let's start with our soft suede ink pad. And then I have a very vanilla envelope and a little piece of very vanilla cardstock for our front of our card. This is a very super simple card, but I thought it was great. It lends itself really nicely to a masculine card. And we're going to just pop this soft suede open and we're going to use our blending brush. And let's just get a little bit of this soft suede ink on our block. And I just have a scrap piece of cardstock here till we get started. This is how I like to do my blending brushes. I like to use them on my acrylic block and blend on the block. I think that it blends much nicer if you start here and then you go till you get it worked in anyway, and till you're not like in the big heaviest part of the ink and you can just kind of come back here and work on this. I don't want to start on one piece and go to another, I guess is what maybe I'm trying to say too. So I want to make sure my envelope is going the right way. And I just want to just brush a little bit of this soft suede to make a little bit of a vignette down here in the corner. And we're just going to make sure our brush is loaded and we don't hopefully have any harsh, or I just find that you don't get as many harsh lines when you do some of your blending on the block. And we're going to do ours in the center, and we're going to leave a little space at the top. And I came down probably a little bit low, but it will be fine. It's going to get stamped on. So let's just make this vignette a little bit wider. It's just so fun to do this. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of therapeutic. Like I say, these have a little bit of a vintage look, but they don't have to. I've done this card for males for graduation in their school colors, and it looks really nice. I'm just going to slide that over. I don't think that we are going to need that anymore. So let me move our soft suede out of the way. and bring in our early espresso. And I guess one great thing about this, doing it this way, is I can decide whether I want to do my stamping here or my stamping here. I think that I have a little wider margin down here of clear space, so I am going to flip that this direction. And I think we'll start with our sentiment. On this one, I'm putting the good things in life are better with you from this stamp set. And when I've done the graduation cards, I've just pulled in a different set and used a congratulations on it, and it turned out really nice. But I thought this would be really nice, maybe for your husband for Father's Day, your significant other. Of course, it also could be for your dad. I just thought that was a nice greeting for this, but I like this general layout. And again, this is in early espresso. Just letting it sit there a minute. And I want to just make sure that is straight. And I got very lucky. It is. Then we will bring in our feather stamp. And I just want to stamp that off one time since I haven't stamped with this one today. And I'm going to bring it up from this, like around the area of the T, but not like super far, but we want it to be in that little vignette area that we created. How simple is that? That is just such a beautiful stamp. I love it. Let's hop back here to our envelope for a quick minute and do our feather here as well. We could have done it in the soft suede as well. I just thought that darker ink popped off the page a little bit better. We have the inside layer for our card, and I still have some of that soft suede, and I just want to do it kind of more across this direction for our inside layer. Let me grab a little bit more off my block. Don't need a very large area, but I do want it to kind of show up. It just kind of breaks up that starkness of the very vanilla inside. I want to be really careful not to get any ink where it isn't supposed to be. I forgot to put this early espresso away, but we're going to pop it back out. And we are just going to take this cute square design in the early espresso and stamp it there for the inside layer of our card. Now we just have some different components of our card. And let's grab this soft suede card base and let's fold it with our bone folder, giving it a nice crease. It just always makes your cards look so much more impressive if you take time to do that really simple step. And now let's grab our card front and put a little bit of glue around the perimeter here. And it's really simple and straightforward. You could always add more layers if you like. I normally love a lot of layers on a card, but I actually enjoy the simplicity of this card. I think it's nice, like I say, especially for men, that maybe they don't like a lot of fuss or things going on, and I just thought that was a good option for them. Wow, this is really not wanting to slide for me today. My house is sort of dry. My air conditioner really hasn't been running a whole lot yet, but my heat was on. It was cool here this morning. So isn't this just really nice? And you can see I did my inside layer, but I had ink on my fingers, so I had to do it again. But there's always another side to the cardstock, and it's just paper, so don't beat yourself up if that happens. It happens to everyone. We're just gonna lay this down. I'm gonna turn it sideways to kind of line this up a little bit better. There, quick and easy. And I have a few little edges I'm just going to smooth out with my bone folder. And we have our card. Quick, simple, lovely. You could do this, of course, in feminine colors. Well, I know a lot of women that would like this. A lot of people like this vintage look for things. You could add layers. You could add just all kinds of different things if you'd like. But I just love the simplistic nature of this. And like I say, it's great for a lot of occasions. Father's Day, birthdays. Just switch out the sentiment. Don't think that you are bound to whatever sentiments are in a stamp set, even though I used this one today and it's lovely. Just don't be afraid to mix and match to get what you need for the card that you want. This is the one I did first, and I tried it. I did it in the white, in the basic white. So you can see the difference. I have things I like about both of them. I actually kind of like the crispness of this white one, but I also just like that vintage old world look to this Very Vanilla, and I feel like we don't give Very Vanilla the love that it deserves. But I wanted to show you where I started. This card, You're So Special, and I just used the flower stamp here. I stamped and cut out each one of these flowers, and I glued it onto a piece of Very Vanilla. Then I ran it through the Tasteful Texture, I believe is what it's called. It's the embossing folder that goes with this suite of products. And I ran it through a few times just because with that raised thickness, it kind of took it a couple times. But it takes that image and it blends it in so it's kind of like it's all one piece. But I also then is still raised enough that it adds a little interest. And then I just used this label from the set, this die, this round one. I fussy cut this by hand and popped it up on some dimensionals. And this Very Vanilla ribbon is from the Forever Greenery set. And then again, just these are kind of just simple note card sort of things, just so that it gives you a lot of room to write in the inside. And then this last one, You Are the Best. Again, back to these lovely label shapes. And I think this was Sahara sand that I used, or it may have been gray granite. I'm not sure here in the lighting in my office at this time of day. And I just embossed it with that same embossing folder. This is popped up on dimensionals. This is just added again with a glue dot. And just use that little stamp, that little greenery stamp. And I think that is super sweet as well. So there you have 3 cards that really didn't take much time at all to put together. These would be a great gift for someone that you could just get our little clear acetate boxes and put those in. And you could even decorate that box a little bit, just tie a bow around it with this. And I think that would be a lovely gift for someone. And remember, men love to send cards too. My father-in-law is excellent at sending out greeting cards. And so they like to get gifts like that, something that's useful to them that they can send out, especially maybe if they're living in a facility or something where they don't have freedom to come and go independently. This would just be a great box set for someone in that situation. As always, remember to be kind, send a card, and do something creative. Bye-bye.